Hello, everyone. Welcome to our seventh interview. And today we have Chef Kat Humphus from SavoryMadeSimple.com. Uh, Kat, thank you for joining us, and thank you for accepting my invitation. My first question to you is to tell us a bit about yourself, and especially why did you choose the path of entrepreneurship?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm so excited to be here. Um, I kind of, like most things in my life, I kind of fell into being an entrepreneur. So I had been a chef for several years here in San Diego, California. And, being a chef, you're in the restaurant all the time. You are spending a lot of time away from your family, and it's really a physically and mentally exhausting job. And I'm pretty young. I'm 28, and I had been doing this for 20, I'm sorry, not 20 years. I had been doing this for 5 years, and it was just I had no real personal life. I had no social life. I never got to see my family, and I just decided one day that I was tired of it. So, I decided to leave the restaurant world. And so I walked away from the 3 restaurants that I had opened and were all thriving and very successful. And I left and I said, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I want a break from the restaurant. And so I was talking with my brother one day, who's an entrepreneur, and he had this idea of you could start a food blog, you could just, give people your recipes. And so I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. Then I can work from home, I can be with my family. And so I started a food blog, and I was giving people recipes, and the feedback I was getting was, oh, these recipes look great, but now I have to go find these ingredients. And it broke my heart. I'm like, oh, really? Like that's what's stopping you from enjoying this amazing recipe? And so then that it was then that I decided, you know what? You want the food? Okay, I'm just going to deliver the food with my recipes right to your doorstep. And that's how Savory Made Simple was born.
Amazing, amazing. So they just have to cook it, right?
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Cool. Can you tell us a bit about the fears or doubts that you had when you first started your blog, and then maybe
Yeah.
when you decided to offer this service?
Sure, yeah. So when I first started the food blog, I really had no idea what I was doing, but I'm a chef, so I knew how to write recipes. But instantly I would check the website stats and I would see that, like 10 people were coming to my website and like 20 people. And I just thought, how am I ever going to survive doing this? Like, no one's coming around. And I got some coaching, and so I had like a mailing list, and but it was always just no one cares enough about this to really pay attention. And so that was a huge fear of mine. And so then when I decided, like, you know what, I'm going to solve their problem. I'm going to actually give them the food. Then the fear of like, well, now this is like a real business. Like, this is not like a digital product. It's not like me just sharing my knowledge. Like, I need to like buy boxes and hire a shipping company and have employees. And all of a sudden, my fear was I have no idea how to run a business, like a real business. And I need to put out a ton of money to get this business going, which I didn't have. So, those were some really big fears. And then once you find, you get all the parts moving, and okay, I have a few friends that are willing to help me, and my parents gave me a couple extra bucks to get it off the ground. Then it was, well, now I have to keep doing this. I can't just walk
There's
away from
always
it.
something new, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. So I mean, every day there's a new fear that comes up that I have to kind of kick to the curb and say, okay, just shut up over there.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. To
Yeah.
give people a time frame,
Hmm.
when did you launch your food blog, and
Yep.
when did you started this service?
Sure. So I launched the food blog in January of 2015.
Mhm.
And then in August of 2015, I launched the delivery service.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you say did you manage to overcome those fears?
Yeah.
Have you read a book? Anything that comes to your mind that played a very important role?
Definitely. I did start reading a lot of books, specifically about entrepreneurship and mindset and personal development. So one of those that really was powerful for me was The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. So good.
That's
I
what
could
I'm
just
reading
read that
right
book
now.
over and over and over again. Um, that was helpful. I also signed up for business coaching, which was helpful too, because like I said, I really didn't have any idea what I was doing. And so to have someone, really a network, a community of people that anytime fears came up, I could lean on them a little bit and say, hey, this is what I'm going through right now. And, so many, I know that you had interviewed Kevin Stimson. Kevin and Devon and I have gone out for coffee numerous times and just kind of let it all out and then regroup and been like, okay, all right, here's our plan. So those have been really two very beneficial things for me was, just surrounding myself with a positive community of people that can really help lift you up and bring you along for the ride. And then also just immersing yourself and educating yourself on, new ways to do things, new ways to have a business and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. How would you say you deal with bad days or stressful days?
Yeah.
Besides reaching out to people, do you do anything physically? Do you run? Do you do yoga or anything specifically?
Yeah, yoga's good. I like yoga a lot. I also do CrossFit, but
Mm-hmm.
if I'm having a really bad day, like I just want to be as relaxed as possible. I don't get like angry, I just get sad. So
Uh-huh.
yoga, if I'm having a bad day, I'll go do like a gentle yoga class and just like stay at home, like try and just like bring down my emotions a little bit and get really mellow. Um, but mostly, I mean, I reach out to people a lot all the
Mm-hmm.
time. So, yeah, just always like staying calm, maybe doing a little bit of meditation, reading a book that'll get me excited all over again, something like that.
Cool, cool. Yeah, reading books is really powerful. It
Mm-hmm.
also helps me to focus on something else. So
Yes, yeah,
that's really, really powerful.
exactly.
Okay, I'm super interested in what's the purpose behind your business.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the whole reason why I created Savory Made Simple is that I wanted to bring stress free cooking to people's homes. And I wanted to bring premium, high quality ingredients to people's homes. And I realized that that was really important to me was to feel like I was educating people on the importance of healthy eating and eating organic and eating high quality food, but on top of that, it also it touched me in my heart that I wanted everyone to have access to healthy food. So I was looking around. I mean, San Diego has a fairly large homeless population,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was looking around at different like soup kitchens and food banks, and I found a charity called Feeding America, and there's a branch in San Diego, so it's Feeding America San Diego, and their program is so amazing that they will actually pack up healthy produce for children to take home for the weekend if their families are under a certain bracket. And so I loved their program and I just attached it to mine. I just said, you know what? We're going to partner up. And so for every meal kit that is purchased through Savory Made Simple, we donate 4 meals through Feeding America. So that in a way, we're just all helping each other eat a little bit better, get a little bit more excited about healthy food.
Wow, that's amazing. How do you manage to donate 4 meals for every one person that purchase?
Yeah. So um, on the technical side of things, I just built it into the cost of a meal
Mm-hmm.
kit. So a meal kit it costs $89 for one week of food, and I just basically it's $1 that I donate to Feeding America, and it feeds 4 people because they have so
Wow.
many donations through corporations. So I just if I did my budget and I did my math and I said okay I need to charge $88, and so I just said, okay, we'll make it 89. So it really works out because it's not like, when I write that check, I feel really good because I planned it right from the beginning of like, I already knew that they were getting this amount. So it's never an issue of like, oh, I have to donate. It's always like, yay, we get to donate.
Cool. I love the change of perspective.
Yeah.
Is it Feeding America, Tony Robbins' organization?
I don't actually know. I'm not
Because he
sure.
has he has one about feeding
Okay.
people,
Oh, I'll have to look into it.
and I believe it's that's the one, but I'm
Yeah.
not entirely sure because there are a
Okay.
few feeding organizations. I'm
Yeah.
super interested in donating, so I did some
Awesome.
research at one point.
Yeah. Very.
I like charity water. I've
Yeah.
donated to charity water for my birthday,
Oh,
and
good.
I really like them.
That's so
And
cool.
also pencils of promise.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
So those are two of my favorite.
Awesome.
Um, what would you say are the positive and the less positive parts of owning a purpose-driven business?
Yeah. So the positive parts are obviously, you can see your impact right away. And it just feels good. And I'm really lucky that Feeding America San Diego, the central location is only about 20 minutes away from my house. So for the holidays, we actually got to go to the facility and volunteer. And, we got to decorate little backpacks for the kids to get their produce in. And it just feels really good. And everyone in my Savory Made Simple community, the clients, they love it too. Like they every month I post like, hey guys, this is how many meals we donated, and everyone gets super excited because it really is a team effort. Like it's not just me, it's I couldn't do it without them. So it almost bonds everyone together a little bit because you all have one purpose in mind and you all have one heart in mind. And so that feels really, really great. And as far as any negative aspects, I mean, we're so new. I haven't found any negative aspects yet. Like I said, it's something that I planned on from the very beginning, from the very first launch I did of Savory Made Simple. So I think that I was lucky in that I really planned it in as far as the cost and everything. Um, so I haven't found any negative effects yet.
You're lucky.
I yeah.
You're really lucky. Wow, that's great. That's really great. So, is your food, is it organic? Is it from local farmers? How does it work?
Yeah, absolutely. So San Diego has so many local farms, and we like to use them as often as possible. I being a chef in San Diego, I have access to so many local farms that are, maybe just a little bit out of the reach, but because I'm ordering in larger quantities, they'll deliver to me. Same with the fishermen. I mean, San Diego is a huge fishing port, and so we get fresh fish right off the boat. And our beef is like from 30 minutes away, which is just cool. I mean, I'm really lucky to be in San Diego where it's so close to so many positive, sustainable agriculture, organic produce. And it's becoming more and more important in San Diego and in California too. Like the shift from just normal food, factory farms to like people focusing on local and organic is massive right now. So yeah, we use local, organic, sustainable as often as possible. I always say as often as possible because, for example, I would hate to claim that I use it 100% of the time and then give you a recipe where I use rice and the rice isn't local and someone gets upset. It's always like, so I always just
The,
say
always the
as
little things.
often as possible. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Cool, cool. And how many recipes do you have that you use, or how
Yeah.
often do you change those
Yeah.
recipes?
So I call it the menu. The menu changes every week, and there's
Wow.
7 recipes to choose from every week. And you get to choose 3 out of the 7 each week.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I would love your service here in
Oh, yeah.
Romania.
Start shipping to Romania.
When you're expanding,
Yeah.
forget New York and all that.
Right, I
Come
know.
to
I'm trying to get to
Romania.
Arizona, and you're like, come to Romania.
So you're planning on expanding to other states?
I've been thinking about it a lot lately. It's not my priority, to be honest with you, because part of Savory Made Simple is that it's all about serving our community and featuring local produce and local farms and fresh fish from just, down the road. And so I have a lot of people that reach out and say, "Oh, come to Texas, come to New York, come to wherever." And I can't right now because of the Department of Agriculture. It's very difficult to ship fresh produce over state lines.
Hmm.
But I could apply for the permit, and I could make it happen. But I've been thinking about it, and I don't know if it's in total alignment with what I'm all about. So right now, I'm just really looking forward to growing within California. I mean, California is huge in itself, and so I'm just kind of playing that one by ear and seeing what happens.
How's the blog helping you promote this business?
That's a great question. To be totally honest with you, I really haven't been utilizing it much at all. I still have a mailing list that I developed from the blog of about 1,500 people. And so I'm sending one out in like 30 minutes today. It's on a timer, but like every now and then I'll send out the email list to like the big list and try and get them, to see something cool that I'm doing. But I really haven't been utilizing the blog to promote Savory Made Simple. They're kind of two different entities right now.
Hmm. Hmm.
But that's something that I want to work on.
And how did you manage to get your first clients then?
Oh, yeah. So actually, that email list that I just told you about from the blog, a lot of them are local in San Diego and had kind of followed me around through the restaurants that I had opened. So I already had a little bit of a local presence, and everyone was kind of waiting to see what I was going to do because I kind of left at the peak of my career. So everyone was like, "What is she doing? She's crazy. Like, she's going to end up at a restaurant sooner or later." So all of these people signed up on my mailing list. And so then when I launched Savory Made Simple, I sent it out to them and I said, there's only a few spots. There's 40 spots. And I just filled them up like that right from the mailing list. So
Hmm.
I was really lucky. And I still have about 40% of the original buyers are still with me. So that's really cool.
Wow. So you have a lot of recurring buyers.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's really awesome. Gives
Yeah.
you a lot of security, doesn't it?
It does. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel
Exactly.
like I'm doing it right. People
Exactly.
want to stay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And are you constantly blogging right now, or would you say you're mostly focused on the new business?
Yeah, I haven't been blogging at all really in probably 3 months. I don't remember the last time I did it. No, I've been just focusing on really getting the operations down for Savory Made Simple. It's a lot of moving parts, and so as we've gotten more clients, it's like there's always something new to consider of like, oh, I didn't realize we were going through this specific ingredient so quickly, or oh, we need more tables, or it's just so many different things that I haven't figured out in my brain how to juggle both yet. So,
Well, I believe it's better to focus on one
yeah.
and make it happen, make it work, and then you can always go back and through content marketing, I believe you can drive great traffic
Yeah,
to your
definitely.
new service.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Would you
Yeah.
say you're a perfectionist or not?
Um, that's a great question. My first thought is no, not at all. Um, like I have an assistant and I would say she's a perfectionist. So we make a good team because I'm like, oh, it's fine, throw it in there, just yeah, make it happen. But it's funny, I am a perfectionist at certain things. Like certain things drive me up the wall where I'm like, oh, you have to do it this way. But generally speaking, I'm really not. And I don't think I've ever really been a perfectionist. Like I'm definitely more of a, you know, is it is it almost perfect? Okay. All right. Then let's send it out. And I think that comes from my restaurant background of like when you're busy on a Saturday night, Like if you forget to put the parsley garnish on the plate, but they've already been waiting for 40 minutes, like I don't care. They don't get parsley today, like send it out. So I don't know if that comes into play or
Wow, wow, that's really awesome because I've been struggling with perfectionism over the past. I've only discovered it, let's say, about a year ago. I've probably been struggling with it before
yeah,
as well, but a lot of the entrepreneurs that I meet are
yeah.
perfectionists, and the problem is that that side of them is not helping them launch their business.
Totally. It's like you
So
get
they're
stuck.
exactly they're waiting for it to be perfect to
Yeah.
serve that parsley and all that stuff. So it's
Yeah.
it's it's really a pain in the, I cannot say that, but
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
try to keep it for kids as well.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, no, I think are you familiar with Michael Burnoff at all?
No.
He's based in Arizona here, but I took one of his courses called Call to Action, and it's all about just getting into action. And his whole thing is like you don't even need a plan to get started. You just need to take the first step. And that course really helped get me moving. It was like, okay, he says I can do it without a plan. Like, let's go. So
But even if he says I can do without a plan, I'm like,
yeah, you're like,
seriously?
yeah, totally.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, that's
So yeah, wow, that's really amazing. That's really really amazing. What are your plans for the future then? If you're not willing to expand in other states,
Mhm.
do you want to improve your services in any way, or what are the plans?
Sure. Yeah, so my very long-term plan is to get to 300 clients per week. And right now I'm at 60. So just to give you an idea. So I want to get to 300 clients per week and have multiple delivery days. Right now we're only delivering 1 day a week. So really just to make it even more convenient for more people to order. Um, but once I get to 300 clients per week, I don't actually want to take on any more. I want to just keep it at 300 and then start to do retreats. So, cooking retreats. So, we could come to Romania and you could show us all your favorite restaurants, and we can go to the farm, and then we could all stay in like a nice location and cook together. And so, that's my very long term plan, is like doing these sort of cooking retreats.
So you also
Food
want to
tours.
teach people how to cook through those retreats?
Exactly. Yeah, it would
Hmm.
be like intense cooking courses, like in another country.
Cool. I love
Yeah,
that. I love
yeah.
that. Retreats are so cool,
Oh, I
and
love
they're
traveling.
one of my plans as well. But probably in 2 3 years, we'll see. We'll,
Nice.
we'll see how I expand.
Yes. Cool.
Do you plan on serving LA area or San Francisco as well, or are you are
Yeah,
you doing that already?
we do currently. Yeah, we deliver all over California right now.
Cool, cool,
Yeah.
amazing. I love
Yeah.
it. I love the fact that you're doing something that it's on purpose,
Hmm.
something that you love, and you're also helping other people through this business. And we so need more people like you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Honestly, honestly. I don't know if you're familiar with Marie Forleo.
Yeah, yeah.
She introduced me actually the first time to this concept,
Oh, cool.
and I truly truly love it, and I try as much as possible to donate as well.
Yeah,
But I
absolutely.
love the idea to have your prices that way that you're sure you will
Hmm.
donate, because otherwise you can find so many reasons not to.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Cool. If
Yeah.
there's anything else you want to add, any tips, any advice, anything for people that are starting out or that want to grow their business, maybe
Sure.
something that played the most important role in your growth?
Yeah. Something that's been really important for me is just the constant reminder to keep going And even, I mean, things have been, even when things get really hard, like there was one month where I sat down at the end of the month and did my budget. And for whatever reason, that month I only made 52 cents. And I was like, oh my gosh, my life is over. Like I was devastated because I had a lot of money coming in and I had just spent it all. Like I just didn't do well that month with my budgeting. But it was like I remember sitting down with my brother. He was the one who like helped me figure it out because I'm like, I don't know, I'm not making money. And I couldn't even speak. I just like walked away and like drove home. I was just like, I can't even look at him. And I got home and I was sitting in front of my computer and I'm like, well, that's it. Like, I guess this was done. Like 2 months in, I guess I'm just gonna walk away. I can like call some restaurant owners. I can just get a job in a restaurant. And I sat there and I was like, that's not what I want to do. And then I like opened up my computer and I was like, okay, I'll start working. I'll start working on Savory Made Simple. And then I was like, I can't do that right now. And I just sat down and I wrote my brother an email and was like, okay, here's what I need. I need help in all of these areas. And he like wrote back and was like, okay, talk to this person for this, talk to this person for this. Like, don't worry, you're doing great. We're going to get past this. And that was one of those moments where it was just like, it's really good to just always look inward in your business and be comfortable changing it slightly or pivoting a little bit and just knowing that it's okay to move with the business based on its demands or based on your client's needs or whatever it is. And so, if I set out and said, I'm only going to deliver on Wednesdays, and then people started dropping off and said, well, I really need it Tuesday, it's okay to say, okay, well, we'll do Tuesday instead. And so just being flexible has been a huge thing for me.
Cool. Flexibility.
Yeah.
Basically, to be okay with it not being perfect.
Yes,
and to
yeah.
allow yourself to change stuff along the way.
Yep.
Such an easy concept, but at the same time, so hard to apply it sometimes. Yes. Awesome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing so much stuff with us. And for everyone that's watching, make sure to visit savorymadesimple.com, and if you're in San Diego area, to order your week and order for a week and see how it works. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.